Hey Killer Bees, it's Pahla B from PahlaBFitness.com, and let's get moving and grooving with some big arm circles with a little bit of side to side tapping. You guys, we're getting a nice full range of motion all the way through that arm circle, trying to get your biceps up by your ears, really feeling all that crickling and crackling in your shoulders while we get warmed up, getting our muscles warm and our joints moving all the way through their full range of motion, because I want you to be ready for this one today. I've got a great low impact cardio HIIT workout for us. And what that means is we are all high intensity, high heart rate, but low impact, which means absolutely no jumping. Feet stay on the ground the entire time. And you know what? While I was at it, I went ahead and make it no squatting and also no transitions to the ground, making this incredibly knee friendly and beginner friendly today. Let's go ahead and do some booty kickers with some arm crossers. Awesome job. Already starting to feel that heart rate come up, and that's a good thing, because here's the dealio today. I've got the handy dandy Gym Boss set for intervals of 20 seconds. And I've got a big long handful of exercises for us today that we're going to tackle in, well, I call them ladders, except for the fact that we're just going to do a couple of them at a time, so it's much more like a step stool. We're going to do one exercise and then rest. Going to do one exercise and then the second exercise and then rest. And then we're going to do 3 of them in a row before we rest on that final round. We are going to get it really moving and grooving. High heart rate, high sweat weight, and lots of fun. So now if you are not quite all the way warmed up, go ahead and pause this video or scrub back and do these exercises again. But when you're ready, I'm totally ready. Let's go. All right, you guys, we're going to start things off with some big arm side shuffles for 20 seconds. So we're going to shuffle to the side with our arms going big and wide around in a circle right in front of us, getting that heart rate up by keeping our hands up. Now, depending on how warmed up you are, how energetic you feel today, you can put a real bounce in your step, or you can take this at a little bit of an extended warm-up pace. We get 20 seconds of rest now. I'm going to do a little bit of side tapping. I've got a little bit of extra energy today for now. We'll see how that goes later. But what we're going to do next is that big arm side shuffles plus toy soldiers. That's where we have our hands up over our head. We're kicking our opposite hand towards our opposite foot. But for right now, we're doing those big arm side shuffles with a little shuffle to the side and nice big arms, just like it says. You know, when in doubt, I pretty much always name my exercises exactly what we're doing, because that way they're nice and descriptive, and I can remember when I write them all on the whiteboard. When it beeps again, here we go with toy soldiers. Hands up, nice big kick. Your opposite hand reaches down towards your opposite foot. I've got a little bit of bounce in my step. You can keep it flat-footed or bouncy. When it beeps again, we're going to get 20 seconds of rest. Awesome job. Nice and quick. Very nice. All right. I'm doing a little bit of tapping side to side while we're getting ready for the biggest step on our step stool. We're going to do those big arm side shuffles, the toy soldiers, and then this time we're adding on a forward hinge arm flappers. Now that one we do get to stay feet flat on the ground, and let's go ahead and get started with the big arm side shuffles. For those forward hinge arm flappers, again, it's exactly what it sounds like. We're hinging forward at the waist, and our arms are flapping nice and wide out to the side, making a big half circle on each side. Now, when it beeps just now, we're going to go ahead and do those toy soldiers. Excellent. Hands up. Big kick. Reaching those hands down to your foot. Kicking that foot up to your hand. Awesome job. Now when it beeps, I'm going to plant my feet, and I really want you to think about hinging forward at the waist by pushing your hips back. Hands are going to start off tall. We're going to come down and up. Flap it down. Flap it up. Turn to the side so you can see. Hips go out back behind me, and then hands come up, and then of course I hit the wall, because that's what I do. Nice and quick. When it beeps again, we're going to get that 20 seconds of rest. Awesome. All right, you guys. Now we're going to do that level 3 one more time before we move on to our next step stool. So we're going to do big arm side shuffles, toy soldiers, and those forward hinge arm flappers. And then that'll be the last time we have to see any of them. I'm getting ready for those big arm side shuffles. And here we go. Shuffle, shuffle with big swinging arms. That is the secret to getting your heart rate up while your feet stay flat on the ground. The higher your hands, the higher your heart rate. When it beeps again, we're going to do toy soldiers. Awesome. Feeling nice and sweaty already. I tell you what, it does not have to be a super long workout to get a super good workout. When it beeps again, going to do those forward hinge arm flappers for the final time. Nice job. Got a little bounce. Feeling good. Keeping those hands straight up. And then here we go. Forward hinge and flap those arms out to the side, up to the top, down to the ground. Well, not quite the ground. I know, I'm not quite that flexible. And up to the top. When it beeps again, we're going to get 20 seconds of rest. Excellent. All right. That was the end of step ladder number 1. Let's go ahead and move on to step ladder number 2. We're going to get started with ceiling touches with a back tap. Now, it's actually just about what I'm doing with my feet right now, except we're going to really kind of cross over in the back. Hands are going to go straight up overhead, and they're actually going to stay over your head the entire time. Now, I'm bending my elbows a little bit, so we're trying to touch the ceiling while tapping back. A little bit of a crossover and hands up over your head the entire time. Yes, I know, I'm feeling it in my shoulders too. You know, that's actually the little bonus that we get when we do low impact work like this, 20 seconds of rest. By having our hands up almost the entire workout, we're getting some real nice toned shoulders too. Now when it beeps again, we're going to do those ceiling touches with the back tap. And then this time we're adding on kick jacks, which is pretty much what it sounds like. We're going to kick, and our hands are going to do like a jumping jack, but we're going to kick out. So let's do those back tap ceiling touches. Oh, I got going a little bit faster this time. How about that? You know, that's the great thing about a timed workout like this. You could take it faster, you could take it slower. We're not counting. Trust me, I'm not counting. We're doing as many as you can get done in 20 seconds. When it beeps, we'll do those kick jacks. Nice big kick, hands up, and then down. Nice big flapping arms, just like a jumping jack with absolutely no jumping. Just like a big kick with not really a lot of power. I'm just kicking my leg out. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. Thank goodness. When it beeps again, we're going to get 20 seconds of rest. I almost said 10 seconds. I'm very used to a short rest interval. Whew, but I tell you what, the 20 seconds is just about perfect for today. When we build up like this, we get a really long work interval. When it beeps again, we're going to do those ceiling touches with the back taps, then the kick jacks, and then double knees. It's another one where our hands are over our head the entire time. So ceiling touches with the back tap, really getting a good crossover, working those inner and outer thighs. I tell you what, it's cardio today, but while we're doing cardio, we might as well get a little bit of toning, right? You're always toning your muscles. If you're moving your muscles, you're working your muscles. When it beeps, here we go with kick jacks. Now coming up next is those double knees. What that means is hands overhead. I know you're going to get so tired of hearing me say that today, but hands overhead. We're going to bring up one knee 2 times on one side and then the other knee 2 times on the other side while bringing our hands down to meet our knees. It is fast work. 2 knees on one side, 2 knees on the other. Getting a nice little pivot here in the middle. Whew, working those abs and obliques too. We're always working something. When it beeps again, we're going to get our 20 seconds of rest. Awesome job. Oh my goodness, totally feeling this. Okay, 20 seconds of rest. We're going to do that little step stool one more time with the ceiling touches, the kick jacks, and the double knees. And then we'll say goodbye to those 3 exercises when we move on to our next step stool. Getting ready for those ceiling touches, standing up nice and straight and tall. And here we go, hands up overhead, biceps next to your ears, really getting a nice good tap back. You know, if you wanted to, If you are not worried about squatting, you could turn this into a little bit of a curtsy lunge if you feel like it. I'm not saying you have to, I'm not doing it, but if you wanted to make this a little bit more, you could. Kick jacks. You know, that's the thing. You can pretty much always make my workouts more or less, depending on where you are in your fitness journey. You could take this faster, you could take this slower. When it beeps again, we're gonna do those double knees. Excellent job, and here we go. Whew, I almost fell out of that last one there. I know, I tell you what, this is the magic of a little bit of a ladder at a time. You don't realize it, and then all of a sudden, kind of drenched in sweat. When it beeps again, we'll get 20 seconds of rest before we move on to our next step stool. Awesome. All right. Coming up next, it's getting tougher because that's what we do. We're going to do windmills first, which means that we're going to have our feet planted nice and wide, hands out nice and wide. Going to reach your opposite hand down towards your opposite foot. This is a lot of bending over and getting back up. Really make sure that your core is pulled in tight. This is glute work. I know that sounds funny. We're doing cardio, right, Paula? Yes, we are. But you know what? Get that booty to work for you, and it really makes this whole exercise not easier, no, but it makes this whole exercise work. And 20 seconds of rest gives you a nice booty too. When it beeps again, we're gonna do those windmills again, plus booty kicker jacks. Again, doing that jumping jack motion with your arms, but booty kickers with your feet. So we're gonna get started with those windmills with our feet nice and planted, hands wide, feet wide, reaching down, pulling up, hips go back, hips come forward. Excellent. Trying to keep that other hand up and bending forward and standing up quickly. Heart rate is going crazy. That's what I love about these low impact. Here we go with booty kicker jacks. Hands are flapping, feet are kicking. That's what I love about these low impact cardio workouts. You know, you do not have to jump to get a great workout and really feel it everywhere, including your heart and lungs. When it beeps again, we're gonna get 20 seconds of rest. And then you guys, we are adding on that third exercise for the whole step stool. And our third exercise this time is half jacks. I know, I've got a lot of variations on the jumping jack theme with no jumping, but a half jack is where hands are up, feet are close together, gonna kick one hand out while that hand is flapping towards it. Basically, you're ticking and talking, but let's go ahead and get started with those windmills. Hands are nice and wide, feet are nice and wide. Reaching down with a little bit of a twist. Booty is working, core is working, abs and obliques getting thin and fit. Doing such a good job. And here we go with booty kicker jacks. I had to think about that one. We've done a lot of exercises today. Almost got lost on my list here. And when it beeps again, we're gonna do those half jacks. Both hands up, both feet together. Gonna do half of a jumping jack at a time. Doesn't matter to me if you start with the right side or the left side. Jack and jack. Other hand stays up the entire time. That keeps your heart rate up the entire time. Plus, you probably notice it. This is a little bit of high heart rate balance work. Standing on one foot like this, that means you're working your abs and your butt at the same time. All right, 20 seconds of rest. And then we're gonna do our third step stool at level 3 with all 3 exercises for the second and final time. Really starting to feel that longer interval at the end of the step stool. When it beeps again, gonna get ready for those windmills with our feet nice and wide and hands nice and wide. Reaching down, standing up, hips go back, hips come forward. Awesome job. You do not have to be moving at the same pace as me to be getting a great workout today. When it beeps again, gonna go right into those booty kicker jacks. And here we go. Whoo, kicking your own booty. Feels like actually almost a little bit of a stretch in your quadriceps. You know, I do these booty kickers as a warm-up. It's one of the reasons why I like to do them as a warm-up, so we can get those muscles a little bit stretched and ready to go. When it beeps again, doing those half jacks. And here we go. Hands together, feet together. One side, then the other side. When it beeps again, whoo, man, I'm feeling this. I'm gonna be ready for a 20-second rest. I'm also gonna be ready for our fourth and final step stool today. Oh, mama. All right. Coming up next, these are the toughest of the exercises that we're doing today, which isn't saying much. I tried to keep it friendly enough, but rainbow jacks are coming up next. That's where our hands are sweeping across our head like a rainbow. We're bringing up the knee on one side and then the knee on the other side. Nice and fast. This is balance work. This is inner and outer thigh work. This is butt work. This is ab work. And yeah, at this point, it's really shoulder work. Having those hands up all day today, I am definitely feeling it. Head is up, chest is out. 20 seconds of rest. Okay, we're adding on, speaking of ab work, we're adding on a high hand oblique crunch. What that means is both hands are going to be high. What a surprise. We're going to reach our opposite elbow towards our opposite knee, twisting and crunching across your body, really targeting your abs and whittling that middle. Here we go with rainbow jacks. There we are. Nice and fast. You can really get a bounce on this one if you're ready for it. I'm keeping it low impact, but my friend, you can always go faster and higher if you want to. Coming up next is those high hand oblique crunches, hands up, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Really thinking about keeping your chest out, standing up straight and tall, but crunching and twisting so your elbow is on the outside of that opposite knee. I know, feeling that one, huh? When it beeps again, 20 seconds of rest. Okay. I'm ready for this. Are you ready for this? Our final exercise in our final step stool. It's the monkey, it's the dance. Your hands are going directly in front of you, up and down like pistons. I happen to shake my hips for this one, which I know is technically not the monkey, but here we go with rainbow jacks. The actual monkey, well, no, you know what? It's not even about the actual monkey. It's about me and my ability to dance. If you know how to do the monkey with that little bit of you're kind of bending your knees, kind of bopping your body, please do it that way. That's what it's meant to be. I'm just not really coordinated enough for that. When it beeps, here we go with high hand oblique crunches. If you've done my workouts before, friend, you know that this is just about the limits of my coordination. And if you haven't, hi, welcome. This is what we do. When it beeps again, we're going to do the monkey. A little bit of dancing to finish off this last step stool. Whew, and here we go. Hands going up and down like pistons. For me, my hips shaking side to side. For you, maybe you're getting that little bit of a bounce in your knees. You can take this as high and as fast as you want to. Maybe you're putting on some music and really dancing. All right, 20 seconds of rest, and you guys, we're gonna finish this up with the final step stool. I tell you what, this one got sweaty. I love it. We're gonna start again with rainbow jacks for the final time. All right, I know, my heart is just pounding. I tell you what, this is just about the time when you might be deciding whether or not you've got a little bit more in the tank. Coming up here on screen, well, first of all, we're going to do those high hand oblique crunches. But coming up here on screen, in just a little bit, you're going to see some choices. They've got another workout for you. Here we go with high hand oblique crunches. Another workout that requires no equipment, no jumping, that can really keep this cardio party going. If you are done, and that is totally okay. You're done? But you're not quite finished. And that means that on the other side of the screen, I've got a finisher for you. Down below, there's a link to Patreon. And here we go with the monkey for the final time. There's a link to Patreon where a monthly pledge from you can help me make free workouts for all of us. There's also a picture of my face, and that's a subscribe button. I would love it if you would click that and work out with me again next time too. When it beeps, you guys, this was plenty of sweat. Thank you so much for working out with me. Be sure to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.